Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our conference, the International Conference on Education, Teacher Training, and Professional Development, University of Muhammadiyah Malang, 2021. Let me introduce myself. I'm Satya Wardoyo. I'm an English teacher of Mantri West Basam and also a student of teacher and training. Well, I'm going to present you research under the effect under the effect of the candidate question training and student integration for the community. This is a study at grade 10 students of 19 Pasaman Barat in 2020 and 2021 academic year. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the background of the problem here. There are at least two sides of the problem. First, from the teacher side and the student side. Recently in teaching and learning speaking English in monthly or summon, teacher found and used to monitor technique such as memory reading technique. This technique is an interesting technique. This technique also time consuming, and the teacher also found that they use frequently the first language, and this can demotivate the student in learning English, especially in speaking. From the student side, the student has lack of speaking proficiency, like fluency and accuracy. The students have difficulties to construct good sentences orally to express their ideas, including questioning and responding. The student also have low motivation, and this makes the student being passive in classroom speaking interactions. Teaching and learning process has not been successful yet. This needs new information of teaching technique which can give the student enough opportunity to get more oral practice, and it can motivate them to improve the speaking learning process in the classroom. And planted question technique is supposed to be solution of this problem. What is planted question technique? There are some experts already mentioned here that can conclude that planted question technique is a technique that enables teacher to present information in response to questions that have tentatively selected students, which aim to attract their curiosity and to build motivation and self-confidence to participate in speaking class, mainly on asking questions. What are the procedures? These are example. Choose a 3 to 6 questions that will get duration and sequence them logically. Write down the question on the index card and write down two you will use signals you want that question as. Cues you might use include first, scratching your nails, taking off your eyeglasses, snapping your finger, and yawning. And the third, prior direction. So let the student who will ask the question is can in the court and explain the to. Make sure that they do not reveal to anyone else that they are here. First, open the question and answering session by announcing the topic and giving the first cue. For the first plan, answer the question and continue with the rest of the cue and the questions. The last, open the floor to the question. Not only previously planted, you should see several hands goes up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the method of this research. This research is quasi-experimental research, which is to find out the effect of the planted question technique towards dependent variable students English speaking, yes, student English speaking ability, while motivation as the moderator variable, and therefore this research use 2 by 2 factorial design, also use ANOVA to analyze the results. The population this research were the social science students classes of the grade 10 students monthly summer 2020-2021 academic year. The total number were 71. To take the sample, the researcher used cluster random sampling, and to test homogeneity and normality, the population, the researcher used cluster random sampling and using lottery, and then find the experimental class and the control group. Well, the result of this research shows that The effect of planted question technique and on student speaking ability was higher than in an higher in an experimental class and lower in the control class. While in the effect of the planted question technique on the student speaking ability with high speaking motivations reduce high speaking ability than those in control class. And the effect of planted question technique on student speaking ability with low speaking motivations shows that better speaking ability than those in the control class. Then the last one, the interaction between both technique and the student speaking motivation toward speaking ability. The result of analysis found that hypothesis shows that the value of F table F observed to 0.44 is higher than F table 0.243. It means that hypothesis alternative was effective, which means that there was an interaction between both scientific question technique and the memorization technique and speaking motivation toward speaking ability. In brief, we can understand that the both technique is influence the students' speaking ability with high and low speaking motivations. There are some researchers also did some research. They, like Ani, Rahayu, and Luandi, use scientific question technique to improve the students' speaking participation at 8th grade student of senior high school, junior high school, one Mampalahina. The student speaking participation of asking questions was successfully improved, while Nur Hasana says that in his research, the effect of question technique toward the student speaking competent at a grade student of uh, junior high school langsat kada berapa zaman is more effective because the students were interested in learning process and they were active to explore the ideas. And the last one, Wahyudi, in his research of using questioning in English Education Department of Sultan Syarif found that teaching using questioning could improve students' speaking ability in terms of action, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, and the comprehension, in which speaking fluency was the highest improvement of all. And conclusions, planted questions gave a better achievement of speaking ability than memorization technique, as it did not neglect the factor of learning motivation in speaking. And the implication of the study shows that memorization technique need to be reconsidered in the future speaking technique, while the planted question technique should be more considered as an alternative and alternative way to teach better English, especially speaking. I think that's all. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.